Marto Galde is an international champion, a 4-time regional champion, and placed 3rd at the 2024 World Championships. Inadequence is a 3-time regional champion, placed 2nd at the 2024 World Championships, and did all with the power of Giratina. Tonton Battus is another international champion and has multiple regional titles to his name as well. And somehow, I ended up in a tournament with the best of the best, won it all, and walked away with hundreds of dollars of prizing. But here's the thing, I wasn't even supposed to be in this tournament in the first place. Let me explain. I attended the 2026 Chicago Go Fest where Speediest Chief and Gabby Snyder were hosting an official broadcast of Pokemon. I was just casually playing Go Fest, no real big plans, until after a Mewtwo raid, I got a friendship interaction with Gabby, who, now realizing that I was around, ended up sending me a last-minute invite for a streamed tournament that was starting in 15 minutes. I believe my exact words were, "I have no idea what tournament you're talking about, but I am in." Apparently everyone else got invited sort of in advance for some sort of tournament showcase, but hey, I'm always down for anything. Me and 6 other trainers lined up next to the broadcast tent, and we were told that it was going to be a King of the Hill format. This means that someone, the King of the Hill, has to defend against challenger after challenger, defeating them to defend their hill until someone wins, beats them, and they become the brand new King of the Hill, having to defend from the oncoming horde of challengers. Usually this format involves either a timer or a number of rounds, and whoever gets the most wins throughout is sort of the ultimate King of the Hill, but this was going to be a little bit different. This was going to be a straight shot down the line, meaning if player 2 defeats player 1 is out of the tournament, no take-backsies. And if you think about what happens at the very end of the line, that means that player 7 only has to win one single battle to win this entire tournament. Unfortunately, I wasn't nearly that lucky, as I was 3rd in line, meaning that if I wanted to win this tournament, I was going to have to beat 5 players in a row. Or would I? Because my phone would not connect to the broadcast production stream setup at all. And so they were just like, "Look, dude, you might not be able to play. Like, it's actually GG's, I think." And I was like, "Oh, man. Like, look, it sucks. I wasn't supposed to be here anyway. This is absolutely fine." And so they were like, "Look, just go to the back of the line. We'll sort everyone else out first, and then we'll see if we can get something sorted for you." Marto's phone actually also wouldn't connect, but he just ended up hanging with Swagron in the middle of the line. And so I was just like, well, it is what it is. Until a few minutes later, when they came out with a production phone, and they were like, "You know what? You can probably just use this." And all of a sudden, I'm player 7. I now only need to win one battle. I was 3rd in line, and all of a sudden, I am now just one win away, a best of 1 blind battle away from becoming the 2026 Chicago Go Fest King of the Hill. Tonton Battus started this tournament hot by taking down Inadequence, defeating VG caster Necra, and even taking down the mighty Swaggeron. But production phone Marto Galde used the power of Seismitoad to put an end to Tonton Battus' 3-win streak and become the first brand new King of the Hill of the tournament. 4 trainers have already been knocked out of this 7-trainer tournament, meaning that this is the penultimate battle before I have to take the stage. Marto Galde versus Alpha Phoebe, and with the power of Marto Galde's beloved Jumpluff, Phoebe was able to take the victory.
Well, we're almost reaching the end of our King of the Hill. There's only one challenger remaining. Will it be Phoebe taking home the win, or will it be his final challenger, caster extraordinaire, Johannesburg runner-up, PvP Steve?
Whoa, a little razzle-dazzle with the lock in at the very end. I think that Steve is ready to throw down versus Alpha Phoebe. This is going to be so much fun because Steve is traveling all the way from Australia just for this battle.
Now get it twisted, Alpha Phoebe is a very strong battler. He's got multiple top cuts to his name. He placed 9th at NAIC last season, one of the most stacked tournaments of all time. And look, he's talented, but I've got a trick up my sleeve. I have the mental advantage, because about an hour before this tournament, I played Alpha Phoebe on the GoFest Battle Arena, and I won playing the NAIC meta, meaning I'm going to this battle up 1-0. And going into this battle, I was like, "Hey, do you want to play NAIC meta again?" And he was like, No. I think that Open Great League is probably a better showcase because it's a brand new meta, the new season has just started. And I went, you know what? Fair enough. I know exactly what I want to showcase.
Limber versus Limber matchup. Oh, a little flex as well. Whoa!
I think this is going to turn quickly into a physical competition.
Okay, but on top of my muscles, this. I'm on the left, Alpha Phoebe is on the right, and as a wise trainer once said, you should always try and win with your favorites. So I've got the Bastiodon Welmer backline ready to go, and we'll see what we can do against Alpha Phoebe. Throwing out that Shadow Quagsire into the Tinkaton, a great lead for me, and so Alpha Phoebe is going to get out of dodge straight away into that Galarian Corsola. Now, Now, I know how dangerous Quagsire is with energy, so I'm going to farm up 5 mud shots, and these mud shots are going to be incredibly important later on in the battle, so just stay tuned. I swap into my Bastiodon, really just to soak up the energy from this Galarian Corsola. Twitch chat was not very happy with me for the Bastiodon bring. It is a bit of a PvP showcase, but at the same time, I'm like, look, I like this guy. I brought him to the World Championships. I'm going to bring him now. And look, it did get nerfed as well last season. Its smackdowns do a little bit less damage than it does before, and generally in a lot of neutral scenarios, it is just going to lose those matchups these days. And so I'm sort of ready for that to eventuate in this matchup against Alpha Phoebe. I'm throwing the Stone Edge here, and Phoebe, he's scared of the RPS. He's using a Protect Shield because 1, I've got a Bastiodon, which is always a scary RPS Pokemon, but 2, he knows that there is a Quagsire ready to face that Tinkaton in the back. If he loses Switch Advantage, he may just lose this battle on the spot, so he wants Switch Advantage badly. Now, I let this Nightshade go through because I'm kind of hoping maybe, just maybe, my Bastiodon can get to one last Charge Attack, but barely get KO. Just one more turn and I'd be a happy guy. But unfortunately, Bastiodon goes down, and now I'm a little bit nervous. But I'm saying, wait. I throw in the Wailmer. The reveal comes out, and Wailmer's job here is just to soak up energy. Quagsire is going to be on my main guy. I'm going to use 2 shields on Quagsire, and I'm just going to hope they can push through this entire team, basically. So the Nightshade comes through. I farm a little bit of extra energy, but I'm like, you know what? I do want Wailmer to stay a little bit healthy. I don't want to take too many more Astonishes of damage, so I'm just going to keep this guy around. It gets to his charge attacks pretty quickly anyway. Throw the Scald, take out the Galarian Corsola, and now it's time for the end game. Tinkaton comes in, dodging the Quagsire hard counter. I swap in Quag. You can see me waiting for a swap, but it doesn't come. He's throwing a move, so I'm like, oh, wait, this might actually be really good for me, but I'm going to call the bait. I'm going to call that it is just a Bulldoze, but unfortunately for me, here's a defense drop, and here's the Annihilate. Counters are now going to be doing even more damage than usual, and I need this energy on Quagsire to go far. First Aqua Tail, going to connect to the Shadow Annihilate, bring it down to half health. 1 Mud Shot, 1 more Aqua Tail. This is going to get that last shield out of Alpha Phoebe because he burned the last one previously on the Corsola, and now I'm only 1 Mud Shot away from another Aqua Tail. 1 Mud Shot, 1 Aqua Tail. Quagsire barely hanging on to that defense dropped Quagsire counter damage. Aqua Tail going to go through, going to take out the Annihilate, and now it is all down to the one, the only Wailmer. And look at the top left of the screen. I have 2 Protect Shields. Take a look at how much damage a Scald does to a Tinkaton. I just need this Tinkaton to not get to 3 charge attacks. If it gets to 3, it's Jova. But 1 Scald takes it below half health. Here comes 1 charge attack, and maybe if you can get a Bulldoze debuff onto my Wailmer, maybe the Fairy Winds can really start to add up. But I'm going, come on. I got this for sure. At this point, a Body Slam is not going to be enough. So 1 more rollout. Here's the Scalds before Tinkaton can even throw a charge attack. This Scald is going to be enough to take out the Tinkaton, take out Alpha Phoebe, and secure me, PvP Steve, as the ultimate, the grand Chicago 2026 GoFest King of the Hill.
PvP Steve became our champion. Steve.
Hello, Steve. Welcome in. Hopefully you have that headset on and you can hear us and you can hear yourself. Hello.
Hi.
Congratulations on winning the inaugural King of the Hill competition here at Pokemon Go Fest. How's it feel?
Look, it just feels right that Wailmer was the real champion of this tournament in the end of the day. So I just don't know why no one else is running it, to be honest with you. It's so good.
Steve, I wanted to ask you just briefly here before we present you with your wonderful gift. Have you had a good time at Chicago Go Fest so far?
GoFest has been incredible. This is only my 2nd GoFest ever after Osaka back a couple years ago. And it's been such a good time. I mean, seeing everyone has been absolutely lovely. It's been so much fun. I've got some pretty good shinies as well. No shiny, I'm waiting for the Shundo. It's going to come. But it's been brilliant.
What's your favorite shiny real quick?
It's hard to go past the Wailmer. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, just that stark purple is just beautiful.
Of course.
All right, as you can see, we've got some things entering the stream. Gabby, if you'd like to present that. These are our gifts for our King of the Hill champion, PvP Steve.
So I know it's a little bit warm right now, but next weekend in New Orleans when you're freezing backstage, because that does happen, you can put on one or both of these lovely hoodies featuring Mewtwo, Mega Mewtwo Y and Mega Mewtwo X from 100 Thieves.
You know what? It is winter back in Australia. So
Oh.
actually, this comes in real clutch, I think.
So when you're on
Alright.
the plane back home and when you get off the plane. Perfect.
Exactly. This has worked out great. Like, I'm glad that we rigged this for me. That I won this.
Don't give away our secret.
Sorry, I know it was in the script. I just thought, my bad.
It's all right. Well, Steve, I just wanted to give you a moment here. Is there anyone you'd like to say thank you to? Anyone you want to shout out, or anything you want to say to our tens of thousands of trainers that are watching at home?
Look, I just want to say two things. First of all, Whale Good. Second of all, shout out my PvP coach, my idol, Ashton Ash. I mean, so many times he's on the broadcast. He gives me a shout out because he's such a lovely human being. He doesn't need to do that. Shout out my goat. He's just incredible. Also, Debbie, hi.
Happy winter, everyone. I had such an amazing time playing in this tournament. It was just so much fun hanging out with everyone. Speedy and Gabby did such a great job as well. These things retail for 110 USD each, so it's hundreds of dollars, which is insane for a single best of one that I won with Whalmer at the very end, but really was just such a great time. Tonton Patus absolutely got robbed, but hey, what are you going to do? It's PvP Steve, baby. I also tweeted out that I worked super hard in this tournament, which I thought was so funny because anyone that, like, didn't tune into the broadcast had no clue what was going on. They were like, congratulations, like, you must have worked really hard. And I went, yeah, I did. This was just a bit of a fun one. I was over at NAIC casting my first ever official broadcast, which is an amazing experience. I don't think I'm going to have a video on that, but I'll link to the G'day Battlers podcast where we have a 3-hour just super episode talking all about my experience casting, Debbie's first experience playing overseas as well, and just a really good time. So I'll link to that in the description down below. Thank you to all of my Patreon and YouTube members as well for supporting the channel. This is just, a bit of fun, and I hope that you enjoyed it as well. But hey, I will forever be the 2026 GoFest Chicago King of the Hill. Let's bring on 2027. Catch you next time.